what would you do at this part? It's very simple. Add ½ inch to the top like that and start cutting out. This v-neck does not require too much space, so we can just seam it up with that 1 cm. Just keep all your allowances at either 1 cm or ½ inch. Whatever you do, make sure you take out the same amount that you added to the pattern. Is what you're taking out. Here it's going to be opened. And don't forget to notch the exact space that you need to take out. Now, what we're going to do is that you need to cut a facing to be able to achieve that. Okay, so we're going to cut out the facing now. Very, very important. To cut out the facing, what you need to do is to come to your neckline and do likewise what you have done. Now this facing is not going to be a full one. We just need a facing for the front. So you can see all I did was just to extend it a little bit for about 3 inches. Then come to the base and cut it. It has to be exact. Now you can remove it. Okay, open it out. Now you can determine the size that you actually want to do. So for this case, I will stick to my 3 inches, which I have started with, and connect 3 inches all through. Okay, so let's try it out and cut it out. Oops. So that is how you cut out the facing for whatever design you're actually working. Now that we have the facing, you can now go seam it up. So the first thing you're going to do is to take out the pattern first. Before you take out the pattern, I would like you to do something here, very important. Now you're going to measure what you have around the underbust. Remember that there is a fullness that has been added to it. So how do you measure the exact thing that you need to gathers and what is going to be left in the pattern? So this is what you need to do. You're going to measure the pattern itself. Okay, you know there is a double dart here, the waist and the underarm dart. So what you're going to do is that you're going to measure this. You can see the line of my first dart. That's where I'm measuring from. So I have 3 inches. Then I jump to the other side, starting from the other side, and measure the exact thing that I have here. Right here I have 7.75. Okay, so I'm going to write it down there, 7.75 inches. Okay, now that is separated, so I don't need to double it together. If it were a one piece full front, I wouldn't need to do that. I would do ×2 of this to get my full measurement. Now we're going to start the gathering from somewhere here because it falls right under the bust area. So we're going to gather from here to here, and we're going to know the approximate of what we need to gather in. I hope you understand what I've just explained. So taking out the dart, I already know that it's 7.75 that I need, including the dart, including my allowance at the back. I hope you noted that. Now let's quickly indicate the back of your fabric. Okay, so after indicating, now you're going to seam up the facing. Now the first thing we're going to do is to take out the make a gathers here. After gathering, then we're going to fix the facing. Now cut out a strip of 1.5 cm to make the loops that you need with the fabric. So this is 1.5 cm. So we're going to fold it this way to the side, to the center, I beg your pardon, to the center. Then you fold it one more time on each other, then you seam it. And see, it's pretty very tiny. Now we want to sew in the facing, and you can see that we've done your loops for the center front, 3 loops. Now what you need to do is to take the wrong side on the right side. Okay, so right here you have the wrong side, and the wrong side is what we are sewing. Now before we do, let's first of all deal with the neckline first. After the neckline, then we can deal with the other one. Remember that I didn't use it. Two necklines. After doing that, you need to top stitch. Always remember that. Top stitch on the facing area. After that, now you have something like this. Now secondly, we're going to add the loops to the sides. Now which of the sides do you add the loop? The loop usually is on the left, on the right, I beg your pardon. The loop is going to be on the left, on the right, then your buttons would stand on the left. Okay, now how do you position each of this? What you need to do is to go to the back, okay, just from the front, fold it this way, and connect it. So you can put it at the tip first, then another one will be at somewhere here, then the last one will be here. Remember that there is ½ inch down there. Now the loops has been sewn down first before sewing your facing on it. Now you're going to take the facing and stitch it. Remember what you actually added. Okay, so this is my mark, knowing that it is actually ½ inch that I've done. Now the loops are ready. Now you can as well top stitch this side so that it doesn't keep on bumping to the front. So I'm going to start from the down part. Stitch it down. Okay, so you have something like this. Remember to stitch the second side too. All right, so now you're going to run the stitches as I said, the loose stitches. So after running the loose stitches, then you can now drag, okay, create your gathers. Remember that we already have a measurement we're working with, so to make it easier for us to get exactly what we need. So after pulling the gathers, you can see I've actually done it to the exact size that we need. So this is what we have on the side. All right, now for the, you can see that we are done with the front. Now to attach the band, this is the upper part. You can see we've actually written up there. Then you notch the center, very important. Then you open it up. This is the right side, so I'll just place it backward. Make sure that the two parts are meeting each other. All right, so all you need to do is just to fold it backward this way, okay, then use your pin to secure it at that level. So from the center you can start working. You need to secure all the line with your pins. After doing that, then you can now seam it up. You can see it's actually accurate right here. So we'll start sewing ½ inch. Remember we actually used for ½ inch allowance. So this is what we have right here, but for yours you can actually make the fabric double it, okay? So this is what we have for the v-neck. We'll put it on the mannequin. So this is the end result of, all right, so this is the pattern. Now you might be wondering why there's a dot here. Well, it's because we didn't we didn't do the shaping at the sides, okay? So that's where the excess is coming out from. All right, so this is the end result of the v-neck. Thank you.